why I chose to move back to the UK. So as some of you know, I used to live in the UK. I schooled here, I had my first son here, and I moved back to Nigeria. So I've lived in both worlds, okay? So I can tell you for a fact, that this is what is obtainable or that. Hello guys, hello and welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Jane Sampson and this is my channel, Janie's Home. Wow, nice to see you. Is it your first time here? You are welcome. So today is story time. I've got something to share with you guys. I just want to share with you guys on here today why I left my 6-figure salary job. I left everything, carried my bag and baggages and jackpot to the UK. So I'll just be sharing, the reasons why I left Nigeria, why I decided to leave everything and come into the country and start my life afresh. Some people will say, you just left your good job and you came and started doing healthcare assistant. Well, there is a price to pay, and I'm paying the price for my good life, both now and the one ahead of me. So if it's something you're interested in, stay back and I'll be sharing with you why I moved into the UK and why, if it's something you're considering, stay back and enjoy the bits I'll be sharing. Right guys, so today I'll just be sharing, this is just story time, it's fun time, and I'll be sharing why I chose to move back to the UK. So as some of you know, I used to live in the UK, I schooled here, I had my first son here, and I moved back to Nigeria. So I've lived in both worlds, okay? So I can tell you for a fact, that this is what is obtainable or that, okay? So one of the reasons I actually thought of, I've had enough. Let me just go back and start my life afresh. And I wasn't really, I just said to myself, it's okay, I'm ready to start from whatever phase, and I was happy to, start my life afresh. Even as a healthcare assistant, I've had my friends to say, how could you leave your good job? So many factors were involved. And the truth is, for me, one of the primary reasons was the insecurity. Now, I know that nowhere is safe. Like they say, every country has its own inadequacies, but the truth was, things are spiraling out of control in our home country, which is Nigeria. Unfortunately, we are praying for our country. We are trusting God that things will get back to shape very soon. But I had personal experience where, before me, I saw a mob action where people just came out from nowhere and were mobbing and robbing people. I saw my life flash before my eyes, and that experience left me with so much fear, so much anxiety. I had experience where robbers came at midnight and robbed our area, even though we're living in the federal capital city of Nigeria. So for me, I've had some very scary experience, and this experience, it left me like with so much fear. I remember after the robbery incident, even though we were not robbed personally, but it left me for months. I couldn't sleep at night. I was not having insomnia, I wasn't sleeping, I was constantly in fear, over my children and all that. And when this opportunity came up, I said, it's not worth it. My peace of mind over everything. So I just left everything, I started the process, and God being on my side, here I am. And to be honest, that I'm not sleeping is either because I'm awake on my laptop or something. I sleep now with my 2 eyes closed. Are there no insecurity in UK? Of course there are. But the truth is, the level of peace cannot be compared. So that's my number one reason why I carry my loot, jackpot. So guys, for those of you who don't know, one of the benefits of coming into the UK under the healthcare visa route is that at the end of 5 years, as long as you fulfill all the criteria, you didn't break the law, you didn't go aside from the law, you fulfill the criteria of the job as a healthcare assistant or a senior healthcare assistant, at the end of 5 years, you can get your permanent residence. And I think by the 6th or by the 7th year, you become a British citizen. How beautiful is that? So when I read the terms and conditions, I said, well, this is a good time to get what I didn't get then, come back into the country, and hopefully the course of working, I can also progress my career. That was another factor. the fact that I can also progress my career even in the course of the 5 years of working as a healthcare assistant. So if you're in the UK, you're planning to come to the UK and you think, no, oh, I'm just coming to come and become a healthcare assistant. Well, you're your own. There is so much you can do before that 5 years, before you become a permanent resident. You can progress your career, you can go back to school, you can do a whole lot of things for yourself, all right? Another factor is also because of the fact that this country provides you a whole lot of opportunities. When I mean a whole lot, you have access to, you going back to school, like I said earlier, you have access to you even redesigning your life all over again. That is one beautiful thing I thought about. I said, you know what, I don't mind starting all over again. And there is nothing shameful, there is nothing difficult about starting all over again, as long as you have a plan, you are working. So I sat down, I mapped out a plan, and I presented it to God. And by the grace of God, I'm here, and I know that I'm on another path to, of course, greatness. So that's also another reason why I thought of relocating back to the UK. When the opportunity came, I grabbed it with my two hands. So in the next 5-6 years, by the grace of God, we've gotten our permanent residence, and we're towards our way getting our British passport. Somebody will say, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that if you have the British passport, you have access to over 100 countries. So you can just get up today and decide to be in Croatia. Tomorrow you decide to be in Singapore without anybody, especially to the European countries, all right? So that's the beautiful thing of, for me, thinking of coming back into the country, and like I keep saying, starting my life afresh. And trust me, you know that. So guys, another good factor of that I thought of that made me leave my job and start my life again was access to free healthcare. Now, over the years, me coming back into the UK, I realized that the healthcare, I wouldn't say it has declined, but there's now a lot of pressure on the healthcare. They now, because of COVID, in a lot of hospitals, that some people are now working from home and all that. The nurses are overwhelmed, the NHS is overwhelmed, there's always lots of people in the A&E. But the truth is, it's nothing compared to the fact that you have access to free healthcare. You have access to, going to the hospital sick, you just pay for your prescription at the end of the day, all right? Unlike where we're coming from, now, doctor, they will charge you, want to cut your neck. You can do surgery, and the whole surgery is free of charge. I remember having my son here years ago. I just went into the hospital, pushed my baby out. By morning, we just carried our baby in our buggy, and we were going home. Nobody asked us for any money. And that was it. I just went through with a free baby, all right? So my baby I had in Nigeria, that my husband knew what it was to pay for a hospital bill or maternity bill. Guys, how beautiful is that? And for those who are working, if you've worked in your country for a year, worked in your workplace for a number of, I think for up to a year or something, you have access to maternity pay. So whatever you earn, you're giving that up to 9 months, guys. Up to 9 months. You can get much. You can stay at home, and so you want to do exclusive breastfeeding, you can breastfeed your baby comfortably. You are getting your salary. I bet, tell me, where you want to see this one. So guys, these are the reasons I just thought of. I said I beg. So guys, talking about the NHS care, which is free in this country. Like I said, the NHS is currently overwhelmed. That's the truth. But you also have access to emergency. You having an emergency, or your child, or if your family member having an emergency, you just call up the number and somebody will pick, and help will be on the way. When we're going to school, we used to hear some of these things in stories that, like, you call 999 or call 111, but here is very, very applicable. Imagine you having an emergency and help comes immediately and you get help. There is nothing compared to that, okay? So these are things that I thought of. These are things I just imagine, of course, because I've enjoyed it in the past. I remember years ago, as a student, I remember I had a dog bite. That I was going to fellowship or something, and the dog came out from nowhere and bit my leg. I can still remember my friends shouting and screaming, and people around rang the ambulance. I'm telling you, and I kid you not, in less than 10 minutes, in less than 10 minutes, an ambulance arrived. Just imagine that, and I was taken to the hospital, I was treated and all that. That for me was a wow. Even though, like I said, right now, the emergency services, they're overwhelmed, it takes longer. But the fact that you have access to such is something that is just commendable. And me, I don't mind. People will say, oh, in the UK, they're always working and paying bills. If you work for the money, you will live the good life. So it's not better I work for the money and then have a good life? Who do you compare? Work, see your country. Good life, see, you're just there complaining. UK is hard. They are paying only taxes. Or every day they pay taxes. Well, it's up to you. Choose your hard. I have chosen my hard, and by the grace of God, I will make it work. Another beautiful thing about, for me relocating to the UK was the fact that you have access to finance. As long as you prove that you have a job that pays your salary, you have a good job, that pays your salary, you can have access to mortgage. As long as you have good credit score. And that is another important thing. When you come into this country, you need to learn how to build your credit score. Go and learn how to build your credit score, build your credit score. You can have access to paying your mortgage. In a couple of years, you have access to driving a very good car, of your choice in this country. So it's not only the rich. Like I see nurses driving Range, driving the latest Range Rover. All right, so it's not only like we are coming from where it's only the rich that drive Range. Here, if you have a good job and you have a proof that you can actually pay up, they will give you the money. You go and buy a good car. You are paying small, shekere money. You are paying every month, and you are living the good life. So we say, no, I don't want to buy on credit. I want to buy cash. Okay, keep waiting. All right, until that time. So while we are at it, we'll enjoy it. Okay, so these are the things you enjoy. If you have a good credit, you can have access to good mortgage. You can have access to getting a good car. And guys, one more. Do you know that your children school for free up to secondary school level? And if you're in Scotland, you can also get access to free university. I call it free because the tuition is so minimal. I think it's about 1,000 plus, which sometimes even repaid back to you. You know how many? Even in America, you don't get that free unless you're on scholarship. So here, your children from age 3, age 4, age 5, they can start primary school, they can go to high school, and they have free education where they go to school. Not just any other school. All their schools are top-notch, standard, unless you live in areas that are not very fantastic. Okay, so these are the factors that I thought of. I just said, I beg, it's not what it's. Okay, when the opportunity came, I don't mind. Let me go and work as the healthcare assistant and give my family a good life. And I don't regret it one bit. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's not easy, but I do not regret. I'm encouraging you wherever you are. Just do whatever you can and come and take a piece of the cake, all right? Did I tell you guys that I like the soft life? Like, the soft life is my second name. Having a British passport gives you access to countries all over the world. And the beautiful thing is that UK has proximity to a lot of European countries. A lot of European countries. It's very, very close. You're close to France. You're close to Germany. Some of these countries can even enter with train. You just enter train in the night. In the morning, you see yourself in Germany. Unlike where we are, you have to stay how many months, apply for visa, apply for that one. These are opportunities that you have and you can give to your children that they will thank you for tomorrow. Opportunity for them to get scholarship to be whatever they truly want to be. Okay, I'm not saying they cannot be whatever they want to be wherever they are, but I'm just saying it makes it easier. The process is easier, okay, for them to be whatever they want to be. And these are things you should consider. Okay, so guys, there's so many reasons you can imagine. You see the 24 hours electricity, the gas supply, the good road. I drive in the UK and I know what it is to drive in the UK. Like, you just drive, drive, no wahala dragging road, or oh my god, you just drive where everybody's obeying the rules. It's the same climate where everybody behaves like a human being. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? All right, these are just a few of the reasons. There are so many more. Look, of course, in every good there is a bad. But I like to optimize the good. I like to just see the positive in everything. If you look at more of the positive, it will channel your interest into where you're going and what you want. Like I always say, have a plan, have a guide. Don't come here and just be aimlessly. You're doing the same thing for years. Make sure you have a plan for your career path. Make sure you have a plan for your children. Maximize everything that is, as much as you can, that is in the country that is accessible to you. Stay on the good side of the law. Very, very important to stay on the good side of the law. If you go and join bad people that want to exploit the system, you have yourself to blame. All right, guys. I know, my subscribers, you guys are not like that. Up to now, if you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Why have you not subscribed? Didn't I tell that there's plenty of gist on this channel? Guys, go ahead and subscribe, share this video, like it, and leave your comment. I'd like to know, what do you think about, if you're living in the UK already, tell me your challenges, tell me what you like about the UK. If you'd like to comment, just share. Of course, I also like the weather. I like the weather. I like the fact that you see all those markets we used to go to Nigeria, all those Nigerian markets. Thankfully, I'm very, very lucky. My husband does shopping for us, so I know they go markets. But you see, to carry trolley and enter supermarkets, that's the kind of thing I like. So yes. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, the story time is nothing serious. So go ahead and like and subscribe and let me know your comments. Those living in the UK, what you like about the UK. Are you moving to another country? Just let me know. Let's share views, let's share opinion. I'll see you guys in my next video.